have to have enough power to hurt him. I just got to beat him. That's it. If he slip up, then, you know, he will get hurt.
And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity.
As the highly anticipated showdown draws closer, Terence Crawford radiates an unshakable aura of confidence, convinced that his skill set and preparation will allow him to rise to the occasion against one of the sport's biggest names. His words and demeanor reflect a man entirely at ease with the challenge ahead. On the other side, Canelo Alvarez leans heavily on the vast wealth of experience he has accumulated over the course of his illustrious career, calmly reminding both fans and critics that he has stood across the ring from world-class opponents many times before and prevailed. Canelo assures that every ounce of his refined technique, strategic intelligence, and ring knowledge will be deployed to ensure victory. As the clock ticks down to fight night, the air grows thick with anticipation, the tension mounting as these two champions prepare to settle the question of who truly belongs at the very pinnacle of the sport.
With this,
I've been in this sport like so many years. I had so many good fights in my career, and I had the experience to adapt myself to these kind of fighters. I fight everybody out there, every style, and I'm gonna do my job and put all my experience, all my talent there, and that's it.
Terence Crawford steps into this contest brimming with self-belief, repeatedly stating that no man who stands before him can withstand his blend of skill, speed, and tactical awareness. His interviews and press appearances reveal not a shred of doubt, a fighter utterly convinced that years of hard work and elite training have prepared him for any test. Yet the statistics add another dimension to the conversation. Canelo Alvarez boasts a staggering 67 professional fights, many of them against some of the most dangerous and decorated boxers of the modern era. That level of seasoning, developed under the brightest lights and in the highest stakes moments, is unmatched by Crawford, whose 41 professional bouts, while remarkable, don't match the volume or variety of pressure situations Canelo has navigated. In boxing, those fleeting moments, when a split-second decision changes the momentum, are often the difference between triumph and defeat. This disparity in experience could become one of the most decisive factors once the bell rings.
Know how great Terence Crawford is, but they don't know how great Terence Crawford is at 168.
Terence in his bag right now is going third person, you feel me? But yeah, Terence has every right to talk his shit literally here. He's being respectful and fair play, but the questions are the ones he's asking, the ones he knows are being asked. What's he look like at 168? Can he take the power? Is he going to be too small? Is he going to be able to deal with Canelo's experience over time, right? Even though Terence is the older fighter, he has, I think, 20 less fights than Canelo does, or maybe more. I think more than 20. And also, competition level. This will be the most skilled, most experienced, biggest, strongest fighter that Terence Crawford's ever faced.
Throughout his career, Canelo Alvarez has made a habit of facing and defeating some of the most dangerous names in boxing history. Each encounter has pushed him to sharpen his stamina, refine his strategies, and evolve his style to stay ahead of the competition. By repeatedly testing himself against elite-level opposition like Gennady Triple G Golovkin, Miguel Cotto, and Sergey Kovalev, Canelo has developed a battle-hardened ring IQ and an ability to adapt under extreme pressure. Terence Crawford, for all his dominance and technical brilliance, has yet to experience the same depth of elite-level threats. While he has dismantled every opponent placed in front of him, he has not had to navigate the same mix of raw power, veteran cunning, and championship experience that fighters like Triple G bring to the table. This gap in high-caliber exposure could play a pivotal role, potentially giving Canelo the advantage in moments where the fight turns into a mental and physical war.
Everything is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that O that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had have 1 foot out the game. And if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion, and he had the
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. offers a thoughtful, nuanced analysis, pointing out that the biggest question for Crawford will be whether he can absorb and respond to Canelo's physical strength and punching power. Jones stresses that while raw size and weight are advantages, superior technical skill can neutralize them if the smaller fighter knows how to use timing, distance, and positioning to his benefit. He believes that Crawford's precision punching, calculated footwork, and high fight IQ could disrupt Canelo's rhythm if he can withstand the early pressure. According to Jones, the keys will be mastering the fundamentals: angles, timing, and anticipation, while refusing to be bullied into Canelo's preferred range. In his view, the outcome may ultimately hinge on whether Crawford's skills hold up when faced with the relentless, heavy-handed arsenal Canelo will bring on fight night.
So far, there's some pushing and shoving going on. The weight difference is a big factor as well.
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tries to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights. Not gonna always win them, but he always tries to give them to us. So he'll be a guy that, if he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch.
You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. Only thing that matters with the weight is can you take the punch. And I'm sure you've been sparring with super middles and light heavies, so I'm sure you probably can take the punch. So that's the only thing when you got skill. Now if you don't have a skill, you can't take the weight, take it up, because you're gonna lose your punch, you're gonna lose everything. When you got skill, all your stuff that you have goes up with you.
NBA legend and outspoken fight fan Shaquille O'Neal makes his prediction with trademark confidence: Terence Crawford will win. Shaq cites Crawford's history of surgically dismantling opponents, his relentless determination, and his cold-blooded ability to adjust mid-fight as reasons why he sees him emerging victorious. To O'Neal, Crawford is the superior technician, and he believes that technical mastery, combined with unshakable focus, will lead to a knockout. His prediction adds extra intrigue, fueling debates among fans and analysts who are deeply divided over whether Crawford's technical edge will be enough to overcome Canelo's power and experience.
Everyone's talking about the one fight right now, Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Who do you got?
Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford?
Yeah.
Why? Really? You think he's the greatest ever?
Yeah.
Over Ali, Muhammad Ali? I didn't know you were a big Terence Crawford fan like that.
You have to understand that there's eras, and in different eras, you can bring out the titles. Like, for example, Joker's the best big man.
Right.
And I don't like,
You put Joker over you as the best big man? Oh.
Different eras, different time. It's not my era, not my time now.
True.
It's their time. So he's the greatest big man in the NBA right now. So I let the people decide who that. But right now, Terence Crawford is the best.
So
and Floyd, because Floyd has never lost.
So how does Terence beat Canelo? Decision?
Or
Or
knock him out.
he's going to knock Canelo out?
Yes, man.
So they're going to have the fight at the Vegas Stadium, Raider Stadium. You're going to be there?
I heard it was off.
No, it's back on.
Okay,
now
yeah,
it's back
yeah,
on. It's
yeah.
in September 13th in Vegas.
I'll be there.
You'll be there. Front row? Front row?
Of course.
All right, cool. You're the man.
Veteran trainer Robert Garcia takes a more strategic angle, pointing to Canelo's recent performances, which he feels have lacked the explosiveness and snap that defined his earlier prime years. Garcia suggests that this slight decline in sharpness could present a golden opportunity for Crawford. Timing, he reminds us, is everything in boxing. Sometimes the right opponent at the right moment can change everything. In Garcia's eyes, Crawford might be stepping into this fight at precisely the moment when Canelo is not operating at his absolute peak, and that timing could tilt the balance in Crawford's favor.
I would probably say Crawford versus Canelo, because it's a fight that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size, but he's got skills, man. He's got skills. He's got good speed, good footwork. that's why I do give him a chance.
You do give Crawford.
I do give Crawford a chance, of course. You know, Canelo's last few fights, you know, he does his work. He gets work done, but never does that little extra to please or to. He knows he doesn't need to anymore, so he's just comfortable enough with just securing the win. He became a businessman, and I think that could be something in favor of Crawford, that if he comes out in his best and good footwork, you know, Canelo is flat-footed. He you know, his last fight, especially against the runner, he was throwing one punch at a time. Didn't even try to be aggressive and get him into the ropes, throw combinations of 4 to 5 punches. He never even tried that. So I think at this stage, I am giving Crawford a big chance of maybe pulling it up.
Manny Pacquiao delivers a measured and diplomatic take, steering clear of any direct favoritism. He emphasizes that every great fighter brings a unique blend of strengths, strategies, and stylistic nuances to the ring, making direct comparisons between legends both unfair and misleading. Pacquiao encourages fans and analysts to judge Canelo and Crawford based on this fight alone, rather than through the distorted lens of legacy debates. In his view, the bout should be celebrated for what it is, a rare clash between two highly skilled champions, each looking to prove themselves on their own terms.
Best. Manny, what do you make of Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather?
Crawford what?
Better than Floyd Mayweather. Canelo said that.
Crawford can beat.
No, Crawford said Canelo. Canelo said Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think? What's your assessment?
There's a different style, you know. I mean, they're both good fighters, so it's hard to compare yourself to others. Like, you know.
Do you think? Thank you guys. We gotta go. What Mayweather did against Canelo? Do you think he can do any of that?
What, Canelo?
Can Crawford do any of what Mayweather did against Canelo?
That's a good fight. I mean, you know, we'll wait. We'll see.
Thank you.
Reports from Canelo Alvarez's training camp reveal a calculated focus on controlling the ring through cutting off angles and limiting Crawford's ability to move freely. This is a deliberate tactical choice designed to prevent Crawford from dictating the pace or fighting at a comfortable distance. Known as a master of pressure fighting, Canelo thrives when he can close the gap, trap opponents along the ropes, and unleash powerful combinations. How effectively he can execute this strategy could dictate whether Crawford is able to fight his fight or whether he will be forced to operate under constant pressure.
As you see here, Saul Canelo Alvarez reveals his training to cut the ring off against a highly versatile fighter in Terence "Bud" Crawford coming up September 13th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Terence Crawford has the ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox, and Terence Crawford can also box on his toes and has a lot of power. What y'all think? Will this work? Let me know.
Meanwhile, Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, speaks with quiet but absolute confidence about their preparation. He insists that nothing has been left to chance, and that Crawford's training camp has accounted for every possible scenario the fight might present. McIntyre emphasizes respect for Canelo's abilities, but makes it clear they believe in Crawford's adaptability and mental toughness under fire. His confidence is grounded not in trash talk, but in the countless hours of sparring, film study, and meticulous game planning that have gone into building the perfect fight plan.
Somebody like that, like a Canelo, and not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too, you know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you. He'll get the job done. You know, because you know, Bud IQ, boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from him, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter, and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously, Terence believes he's better. Did you think Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
that's just press conference, man. You. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses.
Former world champion Kell Brook brings a rare perspective as someone who has shared the ring with both Gennady Golovkin and Terence Crawford. Brook warns that Canelo Alvarez represents a different kind of threat, one that combines devastating power, pinpoint accuracy, and veteran ring smarts in a dangerous package. While he praises Crawford's speed, sharp reflexes, and tactical intelligence, Brook notes that Canelo's experience in high-pressure, championship-level fights makes him a uniquely dangerous opponent. In his eyes, Crawford will have to deliver not only his best physical performance but also his sharpest mental game if he hopes to win.
You know, it's a wow fight, you know what I mean? It's two supreme athletes fighting against each other, but you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to, you know, move up, and you know, I knew when I bought Golovkin, you know, there's a big difference, you know, especially with someone that, you know, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champion's okay. But when you're fighting someone like, you know, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, you know. I have to lean towards Canelo, but, you know, Crawford's very, very, very good.
You think Crawford's still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring, but he's very much a good mover as well. Do you feel like he's still got the legs to be maybe out-moving Canelo if he needs to?
Well, I don't know, you know, I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more, you know, he kind of sets his feet. He's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. But like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. You know, both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and his experience.
One of Crawford's defining traits as a fighter has been his uncanny ability to read opponents and change tactics seamlessly mid-fight. This adaptability has left many elite fighters unable to keep up with him. Against Canelo, however, that skill will be tested to its absolute limits. Crawford will have to adjust on the fly to Canelo's timing, defensive traps, and bursts of power, constantly finding openings where most fighters see none. This bout promises to be less about brute force and more about a chess match at the highest level, where every move and countermove will matter.
Crawford, on the other hand, he has been walking down his fighters, and people don't see that but me. For some reason, when I had that tape, people were screaming pack. And it's like David Ebenezer, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Gamboa, a meme machine. Even against Madrimov, the way he won the fight was by fighting. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather sticking. This guy has been too athletically gifted, and I mean explosive, hard punching, and too strong for his ops. When he's in orthodox, he boxes more. When he switches, he becomes a puncher. And now he's coming out southpaw. He ends you. He is not, you gotta watch him fight. He does do athletic things where his hands and his feet work together and he catches you for sure. But what he mostly do is he punishes and he bullies his op because he walks you down and whips your ass. He's an asshole.
Turki Alilshika's involvement elevates the fight beyond the realm of sport, adding a sense of global significance. His enthusiastic backing signals that this is more than just a contest for titles, it's an event with cultural, commercial, and historical weight. His support ensures that the promotion will be on a massive scale, drawing the eyes of the world to witness two champions vying for greatness under the brightest possible spotlight.
Because we are true fighters. We are true fighters. True fighters. True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters. Huh? Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah.
They need to talk and talk shit about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. We want to do great fighters. We don't need to talk shit about.
I am sure in the end, in the mid of September, we will have one of the greatest fight ever happen in boxing. And I am sure.
UFC President Dana White's promotional involvement marks a rare and fascinating crossover between the worlds of boxing and MMA. Known for his innovative marketing and ability to generate mainstream attention, White's presence promises creative promotional strategies that could attract entirely new audiences to boxing. His participation reinforces the idea that this event will transcend traditional sporting boundaries and become one of the most talked about fights of the year.
More unrelated to this fight, but Turkey made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford-Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO, he just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about where'd Dana go.
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So, there's a lot of fucked up things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing. If we sign a deal, I gotta fucking get on my phone quick. Go, hey, we're just fucking, because 90,000 people will be out there talking about it. These guys don't talk. I'm promoting the fight.
Nico Ali Walsh, grandson of Muhammad Ali, offers insight into Crawford's meticulous preparation, noting that he has sparred with bigger, heavier fighters to simulate Canelo's size and power. This approach shows Crawford's recognition that physicality will play a major role in the bout and his determination to neutralize it before fight night. Walsh's comments make it clear that Crawford is leaving nothing to chance, methodically addressing every possible disadvantage in advance.
People with Canelo before Canelo's last fight, but then after Canelo's last fight, it seems like it's more 50-50 now. So everything is just the build-up for that fight is just going to be absolutely magnetizing. Like that fight, it's garnered so much more buzz after Canelo's last fight, and Bud is Bud. He's one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. He is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Have you sparred any of them?
I haven't sparred Bud yet. I haven't been in Canelo's camp. I've met Canelo a few times. I love Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But you know, I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool, and I have so much belief in Bud, and I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything, you know, he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, what makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades.
Boxing Hall of Famer Oscar De La Hoya injects a dose of realism into the hype. While he praises Crawford's brilliance and complete skill set, he warns that weight and natural size cannot be ignored. In De La Hoya's view, these physical realities may become decisive factors, and the excitement of the matchup should not overshadow the risks and practical challenges involved when a smaller fighter takes on a bigger, stronger opponent.
William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar também comprado da South Oscar being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Fact Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, this is the truth again, it's a money grab.
That concludes today's breakdown of the many perspectives surrounding this monumental fight. With so many voices weighing in, from fighters and trainers to legends and promoters, the anticipation is only building. When Crawford and Canelo finally meet in the ring, all speculation will give way to reality, and the world will witness who truly stands at the summit of the sport.
He's too big, and Crawford, as good as he is, he stepped up with Maximoff, and he struggled a little bit. He won, but it was more competitive. We didn't understand how good Maximoff was because we underestimated him because he only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights. He was a good, solid fighter, right? And he's on this card, of course, but he was a good, solid fighter. We didn't understand that, so we started to knock down Crawford a little bit because our expectations